Hey guys, it's me, the dude who talks, and welcome. So for today I'm going to be talking about the new album from Sacred Son called The Foul Deth Of Engelond. And yes, I am very late to the party on this one as it was brought out on the 13th of May. So Sacred Son started off as a one-man band, and the description on the Bandcamp says it all really, as it reads, created in the ligature of a third life crisis. Sat at my dining room table in my dressing gown, the scent of the flower, Gyphosilia paniculata, don't think I've got that right, in my nostrils. So now they're a four-piece black metal band and brought out 4 albums, including their most recent, The Foul Deth Of Engelond. So this album is a concept based on the 1381 Peasants' Revolt, which took place in numerous parts in England. It was a huge historical moment in British history and which was brought on by the taxes rising from the 100 Years' War and also tensions caused by the Black Death. Sounds quite familiar, doesn't it, with what's going on at the moment? It's kind of like history repeating itself. So with all that out the way, what did I think of the Foul Deth Of Engelond? Did I like it, or was it like a foul death in my ears? Let's find out. So, for those who want to know, the Foul Deth Of Engelond consists of 5 tracks and clocks in at 42 minutes and 31 seconds. So we're going to start off like we always do with the first track, which is Pestilence. This is like a minute-long intro. It's a small taste of what the album is about. You've got the piano, a bit of a sad violin there, and then this like quiet riff, which just feels very atmospheric. And as far as intros go, I didn't mind this one bit as it just led perfectly on into the next song, which is like the titular track, The Foul Deth Of Engelond. Now, this feels like the main course of the album. It's the longest track on this album, with it being 13 minutes long. And I got a lot of medieval vibes with this song, and it's kind of similar to like Dawn Raid or the Infernal Sea, and also has the atmosphere of like Wolves in the Throne Room. So after the picking riff, the intro kind of concludes with this song, and the drums kick in at a mid-pace, with the keys in the background, adding more to like the medieval vibes. It's when the vocals kick in where the pace really like picks up, and this is where it feels intense. The vocals go from the squealy screams to the down and guttural. Nothing new, but it's done really well. And also add this to the pummeling riff, and you've got a song that's well done. Also, you know, like with a bit of a medieval tinge. Though at some points throughout I did feel like it was getting a bit samey, but when I started having these feelings, this part comes on in the song. I'm just going to play an example of it. And that gave it a little bit more of a black and roll feel, which I'm all for. Though it slows down and starts getting a bit more theatrical with the keys, and there's like a little bit of whispering, kind of gives this scale of a little bit of grandeur in this song, in my opinion. However, the last minute of the song with the riff used is a standout for me. So Lee Blackheath follows on from that, and with the standard format of the first song doing all the building, Blackheath just goes straight for it, blast beats and all. And one strong point this album definitely has is the riffs, especially on this song, and I'm going to play you an example of it. Just sounds intense with everything happening all at once, and it can definitely overwhelm. Though it hits the brakes a little bit when the song goes more into like the theatrical side of things and the whispering makes a return. And this leads off into the final movement of the song where it feels really downbeat and the song feels like it's down spiraling into chaos with the last minute of the song. The next song, The Boy King, starts off with like a somber opening with the string section and piano, creating this sad atmosphere before the feedback of the main riff comes in. And rather than it just obliterating everything, the riff plays along with the string and piano arrangements. However, this does eventually come to a head when the blast bits come in and the riff just pulverizes everything on the song. While the last three songs have a similar approach to each other, the album closer Vengeance 1 and 2 changes things up in a whole big way by embracing the more medieval side of things, by going more into folk and clean vocals, which work really well surprisingly for a black metal album. And you got this like drum beat going through and it sounds really beautiful, and I would have been really happy if the whole song was like this, but it wasn't going to end on a calm note and it goes back straight into black metal after that segment of the song. So on to the nitpick stage. I had a couple of nitpicks regarding this album. I wasn't really a fan of the echo technique used on some of the harsh vocals on this record, though to be fair, they weren't overused and they didn't take that much away from the album. And another very minor nitpick on this record is the blast beats. I just felt that they weren't punchy enough, as most of the time all you heard from the record when they came on was just the cymbals, and it felt like the actual drumming was muted, which is a shame because it felt intense and fast. This record has some really strong songs, helped with riffs that really kept me engaged, plus a concept regarding a huge revolt in British history, which is appropriate now as it is back then. If you're a fan of atmospheric black metal with a leaning towards the medieval vibes, this album is for you. So that was me talking about The Foul Deth of Engelond by Sacred Son. Have you picked up this album yet? Please let me know what you thought about it down below in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. I just really want to plug my socials as well. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll be including links to them should you wish to give me a like and a follow on them. I'm also on Buy Me a Coffee if you're feeling generous enough to donate a couple of quid or whatever. And that is it from me. I've been the dude who talks. You guys are fucking awesome as always. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.